So today we're diving into something really exciting from Google, Gemma 4. This is a whole new generation of open AI models, and they're built to be not just incredibly powerful, but also super efficient. The whole idea is to get state-of-the-art AI into the hands of developers everywhere. And that brings up a really fascinating question, right? In an industry that's kind of obsessed with making AI models bigger and bigger, Google is flipping the script. They're focusing on something totally different. How much intelligence can you pack into every single parameter? It's all about efficiency, not just raw size. So meet Gemma 4. And look, this isn't just a minor update. We're talking about a brand new family of models, and they're built with the same world-class research and tech that powers Google's flagship Gemini models. They've been specifically designed for really advanced stuff, like complex reasoning and building what are called AI agents. Okay, so the core concept that makes Gemma 4 tick is this idea of intelligence per parameter. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a boxer's pound-for-pound rating. You know, it's not about who's the biggest fighter in the ring. It's about who's the most skilled for their weight. And Gemma 4, well, it's designed to be that pound-for-pound champion. And you know, they're not starting from zero here. Not even close. The first generation of Gemma absolutely exploded in the community with over 400 million downloads. That created this massive ecosystem of developers who are really putting it through its paces, giving feedback and basically setting the stage for what needed to come next.
All right, so let's properly meet the new family. Google's rolling out 4 different Gemma 4 models, and each one is tailored for a specific job. From running on massive cloud servers all the way down to the phone that's sitting in your pocket right now.
As you can see right here in this breakdown, there's really a model for anything you can think of. Up top, you've got the 31B dense model. That one's all about maximum quality, perfect for really deep customization. Then there's the 26B mixture of experts model, which is built for pure speed. It intelligently only uses the parts of itself it needs for a specific task. And finally, you have the E4B and E2B models. These are designed for edge devices, bringing really powerful AI to mobile with a super tiny footprint. And wow. This slide really drives that intelligence per parameter idea home. According to the industry standard Arena AI leaderboard, Gemma 4 models are actually outperforming models that are 20 times bigger than them. Just think about that. It means you can get top-tier results with just a fraction of the hardware. So, what can these super efficient models actually do? Well, let me tell you, we are moving way beyond just a simple chatbot here. Gemma 4 is packed with a whole suite of new features that let you build some seriously complex, real-world applications. All right, let's break these down because this is the really cool stuff. Gemma 4 is fantastic at multi-step reasoning. It can run what are called agentic workflows, which basically means it can use other tools and APIs to get complex jobs done. It's also a powerhouse for offline code generation. It understands images and audio right out of the box. And with a gigantic context window and training on over 140 languages, it is built for some seriously complex, global-scale work. Let's just focus on that context window for a second. We're talking up to 256,000 tokens. So what does that actually mean? It means you can feed the model an entire software project's codebase or maybe a 200-page legal document and ask it really complicated questions about the whole thing in a single prompt. That is an absolute game changer for anyone working with huge amounts of information. Okay, but one of the biggest breakthroughs here is accessibility, because all this power is useless if you can't actually use it, right? This is about putting that power where you need it on the hardware that you already have. Let's take a closer look at those 2 bigger models. You've got the 26B mixture of experts model on one side. That one is built for speed. It only activates the specific experts or parameters it needs for a task, which gets you incredibly fast responses. Then on the other side, you have the 31B dense model. It uses all its parameters for every single task, focusing on raw quality. That makes it the perfect foundation if you want to do your own custom fine-tuning. And the flexibility here is just incredible. The edge models, they're designed to run on literally billions of Android devices. The bigger models, they can run locally on the consumer GPU in your laptop or your workstation. I mean, they're optimized for everything from a tiny little Raspberry Pi all the way up to NVIDIA's massive Blackwell GPUs and Google's own TPUs. But you know, the technology itself is only half the story here. The other half is the whole philosophy behind it. Google is making it very clear that they want to build the future of AI with the open source community, not just for them. And this is huge. The developer community was very vocal. They wanted a more permissive license, and Google listened. Gemma 4 is being released under the Apache 2.0 license. That means it's commercially permissive, which gets rid of so many barriers and gives developers the freedom to build and deploy their apps without worrying about restrictive terms. And the community is absolutely thrilled. You don't have to take my word for it. Clement DeLange, who's the CEO of Hugging Face, called it a huge milestone. Getting that kind of day-one support from the major players in the ecosystem just shows you how important this release really is. And that ecosystem is just massive. It doesn't matter if you're using Hugging Face or Llama or Keras or NVIDIA NIM, Gemma 4 is already supported. So what that means for you is you can plug these powerful new models directly into the workflows you're already comfortable with. So what does all of this add up to? It's actually pretty simple. When you combine an open license with this huge, broad ecosystem, you give developers what's called digital sovereignty. You get complete control over your data, your infrastructure, and the models you build on top of them. Ultimately, that's what this release is all about. It's about empowerment. It's about putting these state-of-the-art, hyper-efficient AI tools into the hands of as many creators, researchers, and builders as possible. So really, the only question left is, what will you build with it?